What is up, guys? I thought we'd do something a little different today on the channel and do a 3-month review of my trophy hunting. See what games I've been playing and the trophies I've been getting and how I've been doing towards my yearly goal. So there's not a lot to show for it here. It's actually just this screen you're looking at right now. And that's because I have been locked up on some pretty difficult games and also doing a little bit of cleanup. We're gonna have to see how many times this War Thunder ad pops up during this. It's popping up like crazy. Yeah, but this is basically it right here. So I'm gonna go over the stats I've earned in the last 3 months, and then talk about each game I've been playing, and at the end we'll review how close I'm getting towards my yearly goals I set out at the beginning of this year. So to start with, at the beginning of this year, I was at a 76.95% completion rate, and I've now made it all the way up to 78%. So I've gained 1.05% completion rate in the last 3 months. I've earned 1 plat in the last 3 months, which, rookie numbers, but been stuck on some hard games, like I said. Hopefully can boost that up later in the year. And I've only played 2 new games in the last 3 months. And part of the reason for that is I've been playing some continuous multiplayer games, some really hard games, and I actually went back and cleaned up some games that are going to have server issues potentially later this year. Rank-wise, I've moved up 100 in world rank and 100 in country rank in the last 3 months. And this is the big one. In the last 3 months, I have earned 55 ultra rare trophies, which that's a pretty huge number for 3 months, and that's a lot of the reason why you don't see a huge increase in any other stats here. To put it in perspective, I've earned 84 total trophies in the last 3 months, and 55 of them have been ultra rares. So I've really been out there getting those ultra rares recently. Now we can go ahead and talk about the games I've been playing in the last 3 months. The first one you'll see on the bottom there is Battlefield 6. I had the multiplayer done for Battlefield 6 last year, and I'm waiting to play the campaign until I finish a challenge I'm currently doing to earn the Platinum Trophy in that. But the trophies I've been earning in that have been from the Battle Royale Red Sack mode. And I probably won't go ahead and get all those trophies because some of them are insanely grindy. Like you have your reses in here, that's one of the big ones, along with the stuns. But like the rounds and gauntlet, the missions, the call-ins, the matches, those should all be obtainable. So I'll probably get at least those 4 or 5, and then we'll have to see how the reses and stuns end up going. Crash Bandicoot, I had the base game for Crash Bandicoot done by the end of last year, but I did go in and earn both the trophies for the DLC to bring that to 100%. Next, Resident Evil Resistance. This is one of the 2 new games I've played since the beginning of the year, and this is an 8 out of 10 difficulty game, and I went ahead and got the Platinum Trophy in that, and it's at 100%. Next, we have Hell Let Loose. This is one I had platted years ago and done some of the DLC for, but I went back into this game and did a bunch of the DLC to try to bring my completion percent up. This is the last DLC I played during here, the Skirmish DLC. You'll notice this trophy here is 1 away from being complete, and I left that like that on purpose so I could pull this up my list later so it's not in the middle of a challenge I'm currently doing. This trophy here is really hard. We'll have to see if I ever am able to do that one. But yeah, basically anything below this DLC trophy pack 6 point, and a couple of the ones in here also, I earned this year hopping back on this game. So picked up a good amount of trophies there in Hell Let Loose. And another one here that I went and cleaned up is Madden NFL 23. Had a few very easy trophies on this. I think I only had 2 trophies on it from a while ago. But since then, I have hopped in and basically cleaned up everything that I'm willing to clean up, except this Pro Bowler one. This is another trophy I'm leaving to pull it up a list later. But yeah, it was announced that this game's servers are closing, I believe, in July of this year. So I kind of have gone back to it and cleaned up everything that I want to. There is an issue with some of the online trophies in this game, this one particularly. Create a League from Play Now Live game. It seems to be unobtainable. The latest achiever was from September of last year. 6 months ago at this point, so we're thinking this is a unobtainable platinum. So I've gotten all the semi-easy ones out of the way. This hit stick one was a total pain. I tried to do this for like 2 hours and couldn't do it. And for these skill position ones, I did my quarterback one here, and it probably took 10 to 15 hours. And I'm just not sure it's worth the investment in the other 4 positions to get 4 silver ultra rare trophies for 40 to 60 hours a time. So I kind of abandoned those. But you guys will have to let me know if you think I should go get those before the servers close. And then we have Sea of Thieves here. This is a game I kind of hop in and play for about 1 week at the beginning of every new month. And I've made a lot of progress on this game this year so far. I'll talk about that a little bit later because that was actually related to one of my yearly goals. But yeah, I've been spending a decent amount of time on the high seas. And the last game on the list here is Trackmania Turbo. This is another one of the new games I started this year. Currently have 36 trophies in it. It's a 9 out of 10 difficulty. And I'm hopefully going to be wrapping it up soon. But I've already been playing it for almost 2.5 months at this point. So hopefully I can wrap it up sooner rather than later. And now that we've talked about all the games I've played, we can go over my goals real quick. And I'd set out a goal at the beginning of this year that I wanted 150 plats at the end of this year. How am I doing on that? I currently have 108 plats, and I've only earned 1 in the last 3 months. So that might not be looking good, but like I said in that video where I set my goals, I am going to be doing a challenge later this year that takes 30 days that you play 30 games in. So that should help boost the plat number up quite a bit. So it's not totally, red alert, I'm missing that goal yet. Another goal of mine was to reach 500 ultra rare trophies by the end of this year. And when I set that goal, I was somewhere around 350 ultra rare trophies. And now we're at 412. I've earned 55 ultra rares this year, like I said already. So we're actually well on pace for that goal. We're doing super good. And I was going to do another challenge later this year that was going to help me make sure that one comes through. And if I do end up doing that challenge, we're at the point where we will make that 500 ultra rares this year. I had a goal to reach 80% completion this year also. Currently at 78. We've gotten 1.05 in the last 3 months. So if we keep on our pace, we will definitely make it to 80, and we're on track for that goal currently. Another goal of mine was 7K trophies. We're currently at 6,070, and we've only earned 84 trophies this year. So again, you might think red alert on that one, we're going to miss that goal. But that 30 games in 30 days challenge is definitely going to help us with that one also, so I think we could be okay there still. Another goal I set was just to get 500 gold trophies. Currently at 475, we've earned 5 this year so far. So technically not on pace for that, but if we wanted to target 25 golds, I'm sure we could do it and get that done. Rank-wise, I wanted my world rank to be under 100k and my country to be under 25. We've barely moved rank-wise, like I said earlier. We've gone up 100 in both of those, so not a lot of progress there. We'll have to see how much I can advance that throughout the rest of the year. I'd also set some cleanup goals. 5 of them were games I could earn the Platinum Trophy in by cleaning up, and 5 of them were DLCs. Currently, I have done none of those, but we've made some great progress on Sea of Thieves. We cleaned up Madden as far as I'm going to get it, and we cleaned up Hell Let Loose as far as I'm going to get it. And we're kind of working on those Battlefield 6 Red Sack trophies. So while I haven't cleaned up any of the specific games I said I was going to, you could argue I've cleaned up like 2 full games and half of 2 more. So I think we're doing okay cleanup-wise. Then I'd set out some goals to play a couple new games, to advance series I've played games in already. Currently haven't done any of those either, as we are stuck in a challenge, but it's something we can maybe look to do after this challenge ends. And then I said I was going to do a couple challenges, 3 specifically this year. I don't want to spoil it too much, but one is the 1 for 10 difficulty challenge, which I just started uploading videos for, and I'm still working on finishing up right now. I'm doing my 9 out of 10 difficulty. The next has to do with the 30 days, and the other one has to do with ultra rare trophies. So we're working on one of those, and hopefully we can do the other 2 this year also. And that's it for my 3-month check-in, guys. Those are the games I've been playing. how my stats have been looking so far in the last 3 months, and how close I am to reaching my goals I set out at the beginning of this year. Let me know if anything stands out to you from this review, and let me know what you guys have been playing these last 3 months. And as always, thanks for watching.